Hey, what's up guys? Shuckleking here, bringing you week 9 for NCP season 4, and we are taking on Jayvee, Coach of the Atlanta Victinis this week. So make sure you guys like the video if you like the content I'm putting out, and consider giving a subscription if you already have not. I greatly appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me throughout this season, and hopefully in return I've been giving you some pretty good content. Unfortunately, I had a loss last week, which brings me to 6-2. So technically not in the playoff race. So even if I lose my last 2 games 6-0, I still feel like I should make playoffs unless crazy things happen and everything aligns into place. So I'm basically in playoffs, but I'm not yet. So I definitely want to get this win. And I was saying before, I preferably want to get a top 2 seed because I think especially the top 6 teams are really threatening in this. So if I can get a face-off against a 7 or 8 seed, it'd be maybe a little bit of a more favorable matchup for me. Not necessarily, but hopefully. So Jayvee is one of the coaches that is fighting for those 7 and 8 slots, and his team is honestly something I can take care of, though he has the MEW, as you can see, and MEW can do anything, can win the game at any time. So that's a threat. But I do have Dragapult Melmetal's a pretty decent combination to take on MEW. So anyway, he has MEW, Weavile, Porygon Z, Araquanid, Conkeldurr, Toxtricity, Togekiss, Escavalier, Turtonator, Sandslash, Gourgeist. Don't really see the Sandslash and Gourgeist coming, and I highly expect the Turtonator to not come. So MEW, Weavile, Porygon Z, Araquanid, Conkeldurr, Toxtricity, Togekiss, Escavalier. I'm pretty sure 6 of those 8 are going to come, with obviously the top 6 being the most likely. So MEW, again, can do anything it wants to. I guess it could be Scarfed and now it's being my Dragapult, though I don't think it could kill me with any one move, unless it's like Blizzard maybe. Weavile is fast, probably forces my Dragapult to run a lot of speed, which is kind of problematic and something I generally don't want to do if I don't have to, and obviously both the stabs wreck me, and Weavile could be Scarfed out to be my Dragapult anyway. Though Melmetal is usually a pretty decent answer, Weavile does have Low Kick, which will do pretty good damage to Melmetal. And obviously any knockoff user is pretty good against my team. I did pick up Como to help against knockoff users, but obviously Weavile is an ice type, so tough for Como to handle Weavile. So Weavile is going to be a big threat. Porygon Z, I have Dragapult Melmetal as switch-ins, and that's basically it. Could also have Dark Pulse for my Dragapult, and download Specs Thunderbolt to a KO's Melmetal on some AV or something. So Porygon Z is super strong. Araquanid could be Webs, and even a Dragapult is Clear Body. The rest, and I guess Cinderace would probably have Boots if it comes. Everything else that's grounded would get affected, so that's annoying. Conkeldurr, very hard to switch into, though I do have Dragapult and Necrozma that can handle it pretty well, even Clefairy to an extent, and even Como to an extent. Quillfish, I mean, I do have switch-ins, actually. Maybe Conkeldurr's not as likely to come, but still a threat. Toxtricity, I do have answers for that as well. That's why I'm not as threatened by this team, because I feel like I have answers to a lot of his top mons. Como handles the Toxtricity with really no issue, and Dragapult as well. Togekiss, I mean, I underestimate people bringing fairies, but Togekiss actually probably comes to handle my Dragapult, like a special defensive set, I suppose, with Aura Sphere to hit the Melmetal. And then the Escavalier, I could be seeing that as physically defensive Rocky Helmet to take on Melmetal Double Iron Bash. So looking at this matchup, I really like Necrozma. Dark Pulse, Psychic, Meteor Beam, Heat Wave, hits the entire team for super effective damage, except for the Porygon Z, but that's not going to be wanting to take Photon Geyser. So I like the 4 coverage moves there. Maybe I have Recovery or a setup move, or 2 of those 4 moves, and Recovery and a setup move would be cool. Dragapult obviously does well, and I could avoid the Sticky Webs with Clear Body, so that seems like a good combination. And Cinderace looks super good in this matchup. Outspeeds everything except for the Weavile, because the speed tiers in this team are Weavile and then MEW. So my Cinderace and Dragapult can kind of take advantage of that. So that's nice. So the first Pokemon I have on my team is Darkseid and Necrozma. So I'm going with a 3 attacks autonomized setup set, with a little bit of a weird EV spread, or not standard anyway. So EV spread here allows me to kill Weavile with Meteor Beam at +0. So ideally I would get an autonomized up before the Weavile comes in, obviously, because if Weavile knocks off my power herb, then I'll be sitting there charging my meteor beam. It wouldn't kill with knockoff, but obviously a second one should probably kill me, assuming that it's some type of boosting item. So with the special attack investment, I should kill Weavile. The rest went into HP just to take as many hits as possible to set up an autonomize. It's because I don't have recovery, so instead of having recovery, I just have a lot of HP, so I can like take more hits to begin with. And the speed still allows me to add speed to Scarf Porygon Z after an autonomize. So really, outside of that, the only thing that would be faster would be like already something that has like +2 speed, like a Toxtricity, with a lot of speed investment, or like a Scarfed Weavile or Scarf Mew, and I don't really see those coming. This hits everything on the team except for Escavalier for super effective damage. I think Meteor Beam's going to do okay damage if I haven't used my Power Herb yet, and Dark Pulse will do a little bit. It has a chance to flinch. I'll probably die to Mega Horn, especially assuming I'll take some hit at some point in the game. But yeah, this set should do hopefully pretty decent damage and win late game. Dragapult, shiny, just shiny and bulky. This is really nice. So hits very hard and can take a lot of hits, and is already fast. So this perfect combination there. I'm not going to be outspeeding Weavile, but I'm okay with that because I'll be outspeeding everything else in the team. And going for Life Orb hits is going to be strong. Shadow Ball hits his team pretty hard, except for the Weavile and the Porygon Z, and Draco Meteor is going to drop those two. Flamethrower is there to hit the Escavalier a little bit harder. I could have gone with Thunderbolt to hit the Togekiss harder, but I feel like I have a little bit less answers for Escavalier on the team, so having a little bit more reliable way, like because my Necross doesn't have Heat Wave, so more reliable ways to kill or do significant damage to the Escavalier, I would definitely take. And then U-turn for Momentum. Again, could have T-Bolt in that set, but on that slot, but just having the Momentum option I feel like is pretty nice. Even though I am minus attack, still base 120, so I'm going to do decent damage with Life Orb. Next, I have Maradona, the Cinderace heavy-duty boots with enough speed to add speed, not Timid Mew. I don't expect Timid Mew to come in this game. I don't think there's really any reason for it. So I should be outspeeding that, which would also probably mean I outspeed everything on the team outside of Weavile, which is definitely nice. I'll be able to taunt that set to prevent like Mew from recovering on me if it's going to try to set up. I don't have a Dark type, so I could see him being like Calm Mind, Iron Defense Roost, Store Power set or something like that. So if I could taunt that, then it shouldn't be too problematic. I'll be able to do enough damage in Revenge Co with Dragapult. Pyro Ball doing pretty decent damage to a lot of things on the team besides the Rakuten, and I could just U-turn on that. Taunt's really only there for the Mew. Feint, it's just a priority move that will add speed. Weavile Ice Shard, I suppose, if I need to come to it, or like a... that would basically be it. But just offer me is that flexibility of outspeeding stuff. And would it do more damage than Sucker Punch? It wouldn't do more damage than Sucker Punch to Weavile, but I wouldn't outspeed anyway. So having that option to outspeed the Weavile seems nice to me. Next we got a D-Ray. You can obviously, it looks like D-Ray, but we got the Quillfish here. Physically defensive Rocky Helmet. This is for the Weavile, because Weavile destroys my team otherwise. So Intimidate and Max Defense, even bandit hits aren't going to like 3KO me, which is great. And I can get some chip damage on the Weavile, especially if I can get rocks up this game, if I have them. But I do have spikes. So Thunder Wave spikes, Thunder Wave to a slowdown like a Weavile or maybe a Togekiss that comes in to like try to defog away my spikes. I could predict that, go for the Thunder Wave. And then neuter it, same with like the Porygon Z or the Mew if they both want to switch into me, predicting like a Scald. That's not going to do a whole lot of damage to either of them. Liquidation does more, like it's 95 attack versus 55 special attack. So just Liquidation just hits a lot stronger. It's not as passive as Scald is, even though Scald has a chance to burn the Escavalier, which would be cool. And then Explosion, if like I expect Mew to set up on me if it comes in, or if Porygon Z wants to set up a agility or something, I can let's float on him and gain momentum in that regard and do decent damage. Because it is a base 250 attack, it is strong. Next Pokemon I have is Melmetal, defensive set. I don't know if I haven't really brought defensive for the most part this year, but the set allows me to live 2 Life Orb low kicks after rocks from the Weavile. And then the rest of the EVs go into special defense. It'll allow me to live 2 specs adaptability Thunderbolts, but not 2 specs download Thunderbolts from the Porygon Z. But Porygon Z is also so strong, so I needed like a fairly bulky Melmetal to take it on. Dragapult could as well if I have like Colbur Berry to take on Dark Pulse, but I believe Porygon Z also has Ice Beam, so it's not the most reliable answer. Dragapult is. And like Porygon 2, Clefairy, Mantine are all going to get 2 KO'd by try attack because Porygon Z is that strong. Double Iron Bash hits everything on the team except for the Escavalier, I suppose. Thunder Punch does a little bit less than Double Iron Bash. It has a chance to flinch and all that speed, which is cool. Thunder Punch is only there really for the Arachnid. I don't hit the Turtonator, but don't really see it coming. And if it's like Gourgeist comes and it's Will-O-Wisp, then I'll be able to rest and remove any status. If that's the potential way to beat me. If like Mew could also be like Will-O-Wisp as well. Last Pokemon I have is Choice Scarf Como, Close Combat, Outrage, Poison Jab, Earthquake. As long as Sticky Webs aren't up, then this will outspeed everything on the team. And even if Webs are up, I'll be outspeeding a high majority of the Mons. So that's nice. Close Combat hits the team, like the Weavile would be able to kill. Outrage just for the most damage if I need it. Poison Jab hits the Togekiss, and Earthquake kills the Toxtricity. And it's also Sound Throws, so I basically neuter the Toxtricity. You can't go for Overdrive or Boom Burst or moves like that. So, yeah, it's the team. I feel pretty confident in this game, but you never know. Yeah, let's get right into the game. All right, about to start the battle for Week 9 against Jayvee. It's not necessarily a must-win battle for him, but it's, for all intents and purposes, a must-win battle for him this game. Meanwhile, for me, technically, I'm not 100% clinched for playoffs yet. It's extremely likely, even if I lose both of my last 2 games, even with really high differential. But I want to make sure I solidify that slot and hopefully get into the top half of the bracket. That would definitely be great. So, quickly going over the mons that I have, it is a bulky, autonomized 3 attacks Necrozma set with Meteor Beam, Photon Geyser, and Dark Pulse. Hopefully that can win late game. Dragapult is a bulky Life Orb set. It's not going to outspeed the Weavile, but it outspeeds everything else on his team that's not Scarfed, with special coverage. Cinderace is Boots, also not terribly fast. It's going to just outspeed the Mew. Pyroball, U-Turn, Taunt, and Feint to out-prioritize, like Weavile Ice Shard if it needed to. I have Quillfish, which is physically defensive Rocky Helmet, to basically handle the Weavile, because my team kind of gets owned by it otherwise. Thunderwave, Spikes, Liquidation, and then Explosion to make sure I'm not set up fodder for something. And I don't expect the Gourgeist to come. Melmetal is physically defensive, a little bit of Spadef with Rest, Sleep Talk, Double Iron Bash, and Thunder Punch. Doesn't really have the greatest answer to this outside of, I suppose, Escavalier, but I have Cinderace, Dragapult. Necrozma doesn't have Heat Wave, but it should do enough damage with Meteor Beam for it. And Como is Choice Scarf Soundproof to handle the Toxtricity, Close Combat, Outrage, Poison Jab, and Earthquake. So yeah, let's hop into this battle. So definitely afraid of the Mew, Weavile, Porygon Z. Not terribly threatened by anything else in the team, and it's not the biggest deal in the world if he does bring Webs. Let's see what his team. He does have the option for Webs. So we got probably everything I expected. Mew, Weavile, Togekiss, Porygon Z, Escavalier. Yeah, these are the 6 mons I was expecting. Okay, this works. So no Toxtricity, no Sandslash or Porygon Z. I guess I expected Porygon Z. Oh no, he did bring Porygon Z. What am I talking about? No Turtonator, no Gourgeist. What's the mon? Oh, no Sandslash. Okay. Oh, no Conk. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take that then. That's just a very difficult mon to take hits from with my team. What do I want to lead with? Cinderace is just a pretty nice lead just to gain momentum. So I think I'm going to lead with that. It's not necessarily important for anything in particular. So yeah, if I lose it off the bat, it's not the biggest deal. Okay. Yeah, Go Luck to Jayvee definitely needs this win. But I'm going to try to prevent that from happening if I can. So let's see what he leads off with. Lemonade, the Weavile. Okay, this is a pretty nice lead for me. His answer to Pyroball would be the Araquanid. So I think I'm pretty okay with going for a U-turn here. Weavile should knock me out with any one hit. He's gonna withdraw. This could also bluff that I'm potentially scarfed. Because I don't believe with my bulk investment at a banded Weavile would take me out. I imagine this is gonna be Rocky Helmet. 20%. Let's see, Araquanid. 20-ish%. Yeah, this is physically defensive. How much does my Melmetal do? It's gonna do like 50% with Thunder Punch, so I think that's a pretty nice switch in there. Could also go into my Quillfish to get spikes up, but I think I prefer just to go for Thunder Punch. His switch in is, what, a Scavalier? Or taking a significant amount of damage with Araquanid, which will open up my my Cinderace a little bit more. Yeah, Scavalier is a pretty decent switch in into this mon. I imagine he's going to go into that. With the double switch into Cinderace here, predicting that is just a little too much this early on in the battle. Yeah, this could be a Rocky Helmet as well. I'm no attack investment, so I imagine it's going to be very physically defensive. It's going to do 20%. Okay. Let's see, Melmetal to Scavalier, level 50. Yeah, very physically defensive. Physically defensive is Scavalier. Not Rocky Helmet, which is definitely nice. Maybe predicting my predictive pads, potentially. Close combat could come off here. I could go into my Quillfish and get spikes up. Especially, yeah, I want to pressure his team. Weavile could be a little bit more problematic, but shouldn't be doing a whole lot to me outside of whatever that ground move is that this mon gets. High horsepower? Drill Run. That's it. Knock off. Okay. Yeah, so Drill Run shouldn't be doing a lot to me. Do I want to double switch? Predicting the move to come out? Not necessarily. I think long-term investment spikes are fine to get up. Thunder Wave could have been a move here. Mew is an option to switch in. It's a pretty nice switch in. I don't think Porygon Z would come in. And Araquanid, I suppose, could come in as well here. If Araquanid comes in, I just continuously set up spikes. I threaten this up probably with a Scald. But yeah, I'm okay with getting spikes up. Could go into Araquanid here, and then I threaten his team a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Melmetal on his Araquanid. I do have a spike up, so Scavalier is gonna be taking more and more chip damage. Probably forced to go for a rest. I assume it's gonna be like a rest sleep talk. Knockoff. Knockoff's pretty nice, and then like close combat maybe to hit the Melmetal. It hits a Como okay, I guess. Yeah, but I'm fine getting continual spike damage up, and if Weavile's boots, then it's not going to be as threatening offensively wise. So Sticky Wed's up. I do have a clear body in my Dragapult, and my team is pretty bulky otherwise, and I do have heavy duty boots, Cinderace, so I don't really care about this at all. I'm going to go for the Thunder Punch here. I don't know if I necessarily want to get knocked off if the Scavalier comes out. Leftovers do kind of seem pretty nice. So, Sticky Web. Araquanid. Thunder Punch. Okay. Screen is cool. What could be a switch in right now? Mew? Double Iron Bash should do a lot. Yeah, I'll go for the double Iron Bash. Because it really doesn't matter if the Araquanid stays in. It's not going to be doing any damage to me, especially because it's not physically attacking based. Sir William, Escavalier. Yeah, I'm doing like negative damage to this. I should bring it to about 50%, and then we'll get leftovers recovery. Yep, as I expected. So getting chip on the 250 defensive mod. We'll definitely take that. Do I care about my coma? Oh, getting knocked off? I don't think so. I think I'm fine staying in and double iron bashing again. Could definitely predict that and predict me going to Quillfish. And he's going to stay in. Let's see. There's also a chance where I flinch. 60% chance-ish, right? Or is it 49%? I don't remember what it is. Okay, but I flinch. That's great. But I didn't really accomplish much of anything there, so... yeah, we'll go into the Quillfish. Just to show I'm not afraid of staying in. Maybe I'll go for a knockoff to get rid of my leftovers or something. And I'm wasting a return of Reflect, which I'm okay with as well. Knockoff, yeah, it's not going to do anything. What would be a... So I could go for a spike here. Mew could be a play. So I think a Thunder Wave seems pretty safe in this case. I think he's going to make a little more of an aggressive play. Worst case, Araquanid comes out, and I get a Thunder Wave on that, and then I can set up more spikes. Or maybe even go for a double Thunder Wave if the Araquanid comes out as like a first-time pivot. Though I don't know if Araquanid makes sense because I'm just getting spikes continuously. I think he's going to make a play to a Defogger if he has one. Okay, Porygon Z comes out. I'm fine with this. Thunder Wave, and I do hit. Okay. Don't be Lump Barrier or anything. My Memodal can take on this Porygon Z at least somewhat sufficiently. So it's not so it's adaptability. Adaptability PZ. Choice Specs is gonna hurt though. Level 50. It's not gonna 2-hit KO though. Try attack 242 to 171. That's 71 damage. It's not specs. Silk Scarf or Modest Specs or Modest Scarf could both be options there. I'm fine in double iron bashing. Doesn't really have a switch in to this. Sir William, sure, but it's gonna get spiked. And I'm just wearing it down more and more. I could even like try to flinch it out, honestly. And I think it might be worth it to try to do that. He doesn't really have a switch in into this mon though. Is Reflect still up? It should be up. I guess it's on this side. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine going for double iron bash here. If I can get a flinch, then I'm pretty close to knocking this mon out. I'm gonna go for drill run. Not much damage there. It is weakening me though to maybe get to a KO'd by the Porygon Z. And I am not faster now, so that's definitely something I should take note of. Knockoff could come out here. I'm pretty sure it's going to come out, so I'm going to go into Quillfish and get more spikes up. another drone could come out, but I imagine it's going to be knockoff. Yeah, that's fine. Not going to do much anything. It is weakening me for the Weavile. So something of note there. But yeah, no, I'm fine to go back into my metal here. Now that it's that -1 attack, it's not going to be doing a lot to me at all. And I could set up a, or I could go for rest. An issue would there be if it's like a setup Mew with and I get a continual rest when I go for Sleep Talk would be problematic. But my Dragapult should revenge kill Mew always. Though I believe Mew has Sucker Punch, so I believe. Something to note. As Vacuum Wave, I know for priority. Unless if it sets up speed, I suppose. Yeah, Drone's gonna come out. Shouldn't do a lot. Has a high chance to crit though. Yeah, but I'm gonna go for the rest here. Make sure I stay healthy. I imagine he's gonna go for a knockoff here, so it's gonna remove my leftovers, which will be annoying. But also, if I have this mon pretty healthy, the Weavile shouldn't realistically be like that problematic towards me. I would take a low kick and obviously kill in return with a double Iron Bash. But I think I want to take the initiative and get the rest off now. And then I can at least burn a turn right now as he switches into something. He doesn't really have a great switch into this mon is the problem. Double Iron Bash plus a Thunder Punch is a pretty nice combination there. And I still have 4 double Iron Bashes, so I'm in an okay position. Yeah, not a whole lot of action happening this game, which is kind of is what it is. I brought like a fairly offensive team too. I'm trying to get these games a little bit quicker, at least somewhat, but maybe it's just the nature of how I build in general, but I want to make sure I have solid defensive pivots to at least everything on the team. At least one thing on my team can defensively pivot into everything on the team, and then I could just throw on the offense for there. And Melmetal, like, is probably pretty solid in that job. He has mons that could revenge kill, like Mew with Fire Blast or something, but he's gonna have to make, like, if I get a double Iron Bash here, that's gonna be pretty unfortunate for him. So let's see. Double Iron Bash. Okay, great. So I did about 50% to Mew. So like bulky Mew as well. I would take it out with a second double Iron Bash. You could go for like a Fire Blast here, but yeah. Yeah, Roost makes sense. A double Iron Bash here would be great. Probably go into... Okay, that's fine. Fire Blast could come off here, but what I want to do is go for double Iron Bash and then probably switch out into Dragapult on the following turn. Cosmic Power. Okay. So 20%. All right, so bringing it to 35%. So we're gonna go right into Maradona and go for the taunt. It's probably what's this set? Stored power. I don't have a dark type, so people think they can take advantage by using cosmic power sets like this. The thing is, it's pretty weak initially. Now it's going to be a little bit stronger. So +2, +2. Yeah, so I mean, Cinderace isn't doing a lot to this, but I will be able to taunt. And at least I just go for Pyro Balls. And just bring it low enough to where my Dragon Ball comes in and revenges. Because I do have boots, and plus I do have let's see how much my Shadow Ball does to this Mew, or yeah, to this Mew. And +2, it's doing like 40 to 50%. So hopefully I hit, and especially if I get a Blaze boosted Pyro Ball, I should definitely put it in range of where oh, I even get a burn. Nice. All right, so let's see how much store power does. Okay, under half. Great. I don't have Hex on my Dragapult, unfortunately. Would U-turn? U-turn's doing like 15%. I'm not really gonna take that risk of my Dragapult not killing on the following turn. Yeah, I'm guessing the Araquanid comes out. Okay. It's gonna be taking some Spike. Pyro Ball. It's not a boost of Pyro Ball, so it's not gonna do a ton. Oh, that looks like a ton. Is that a crit? Okay. So yeah, I'll U-turn out on this. And I mean, I imagine I'm getting a kill at this point. Yep. All right, great. So there you go. Amon is dead. And I think I have to go into my Dragon Ball here to not let the Mew come out. Though the Mew coming out wouldn't be the most problematic thing in the world either. Because my Cinderace should at least prevent it from doing significant damage to my team. I suppose Togekiss could come out here. Togekiss. Level 50. I think I switch into my Melmetal here. Yeah, I suppose like a nasty plot or a sphere could come out or something, but let's see. Thunderwave? Ooh, I like it. I definitely respect it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for double Iron Bash here. Or a sphere. If it's like modest, it would to a KO because I don't have leftovers. Switch out into a Scavalier. Okay, it's taking spikes. And I get paralyzed. Maybe that's helpful for me. To not waste a PP of the move. I'm fine staying in, and I could also go Quillfish. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think I'll prioritize the Melmetal for taking on Weavile plus Togekiss. Drill Run probably does come out and has a high chance to crit, so that is a consideration there. It might be nice just to go for the water move on this. Okay, the second one should knock me out unless he gets a crit. Let's see, Quillfish to Scavalier. It's bulky, it's not doing a lot. It's doing like 25%. Yeah, we'll go for a liquid. I like getting spikes though. Yeah, let's get spikes. I can always revenge kill with my Dragapult. I do have flamethrower on it, right? Yeah, I do, so. I'm fine just getting up a lot of spikes here. It's gonna knock me out. It does not. Yeah, we'll go for a third spike, because then I bring out my Escavalier and go for flamethrower. I suppose Togekiss could come out and defog? Is a play if you're thinking about it. I guess Thunder Wave was could have been a consideration at this point. I'm assuming he's going to make the play if he's taking that much time. We're both at about 50% of our time lost. I think I have slightly more time. Yeah, what's he thinking about here? Maybe also preventing my Necrozma for setting up. It could be an opportunity for my Necrozma to set up actually on this Cavalier. Maybe he is making the right call. Okay, I got up a third layer of spikes. Could defog here, but I go for the Thunder Wave. It is good to know that this Togekiss has Thunder Wave, so it's kind of hard for me to set up with my Necrozma right away. But I guess this also means that the Weavile probably isn't boots, because I don't think defogging here is super important otherwise. I get up a layer because I can just bring in my Melmetal and go for even Thunder Punch at this point. And he also removes the sticky webs, so no sticky webs. Yep, my Melmetal comes out. Maybe it's Sash Weavile. That's an option for sure. Yeah, I'm fine for double Iron Bashing. Thunder Punch wouldn't kill this Togekiss. Double Iron Bash should. Again, don't really know what a spread is, so I haven't done any damage to it. Does the Escavalier come out? Okay. I mean, if I get this weekend, I just set up with my Necrozma and win. Yeah, definitely at this point. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just stay in Thunder Punch on this. I think obviously it's too risky to go into my Necrozma at this point. I mean, Drill Run is a kind of obvious play. But he could knock off on the following turn. Okay. Yeah, I don't want this to get too healthy. Okay. Oh, I have like a minute and a half more timer. Yeah, I will definitely take that. Yeah, I would say in general, it's okay to take times, and I didn't do it last week, and that was definitely my fault, but definitely okay to take time at the beginning of the game to do calcs to make sure, you're in a position where you don't have to necessarily calc in the future. So I feel more comfortable with this current position, this game. Honestly, I'm fine going for the rest here. I'm not really worried about anything on his team. And I don't know if I want to lose his Melmetal either. Because, so what's left? The Rakuen is dead. Porygon Z is not going to be able to 2-hit KO me. So his combat comes out. That's cool. If I get a Parrot, it's unfortunate for sure. Yeah, so he's not rest. So, though I kind of imagined he probably would have gone for it by now if he were rest. But now either of my moves should definitely kill. So, I'm cool with that. It is the best chance for me to set up with my Necrozma, but I could also have set up on the Porygon Z, I suppose. Let's see what's coming out. Mew? What's guessed? Mew? Okay. I mean, I kill with a double Iron Bash here. And I just go into my Cinderace and taunt if I don't kill. Okay, I kill. Nice. Alright, so Mew is dead. And no sticky webs are up. I lost a Quillfish, so I'm down 1 mana, but yeah, Cinderace is looking pretty nice actually. Just firing off hits in general. It could still be Scarf Porygon Z, but I'm pretty sure it has to be Mana Scarfed. And my Coma would outspeed that. Locking in a close combat, probably not that great with the Togekiss around, but I also do have this Melmetal. I should be able to handle the Togekiss okay. I mean, it's going to have Aura Sphere, a fire move to hit my Melmetal. I don't see any world where that's not the case. Like Air Slash, Roost, Thunder Wave. Oh, he's Defog, so Defog, Thunder Wave, Roost. Air Slash? Yeah, so I guess he doesn't have any coverage for my Melmetal. Porygon Z is not going to be able to KO me unless he gets flinches with Dark Pulse. Weavile has low kick, so it could be like SD. This could set up a nasty plot. Could also agility, but as long as he has a power up, I'm not necessarily worried about this Porygon Z. Tri-attack shouldn't be doing a lot. I don't have leftovers recovery, so that is a factor there. And I'm gonna rest on the next turn. Thunder Punch brings it under half. Okay, yeah. And I'll be able to rest up again here. Try attack, even a crit. Won't do anything. I can't get a status. Yeah, this rest of Melmetal's definitely being annoying for him. Could even make the bold play and go into my Dragapult here. I think that's fine. Especially if I have suspicions that it's a Scarf set. Okay, cool. Let's see, Dragapult, or I guess Melmetal to the Porygon Z. Let me get that calc first. Level 50. Thunder Punch, he was at 75, and now it's like at 35. Yeah, so it's not bulk invested. So Dragapult kills with Flamethrower. Yeah, so I'm fine going for a Flamethrower here. Togekiss could come out, or you could just sack the Porygon. Floofy. Togekiss comes out. Not worth it for me to stay in and try to get a 25%. Okay. Let's see what the Togekiss spread is since I have some time. Level 50 Flamethrower. So Spadef invested. Makes sense. Something to handle the Mew. Or to handle the Dragapult. I do take a little bit of damage there. Maybe I should have just gone for a hard switch. But shouldn't matter. I imagine a Thunder Wave is probably coming out. Air Slash, I guess. But I basically get another kill with Melmetal. Yeah, Air Slash misses. That's definitely unfortunate. And I No. Will this show sleep turns? Doesn't. Okay. I mean, I just went for it, so I have 2 turns left. I'm just seeing for the future what that situation would be if I forget, like, later on in the battle or something. But that's good to know that it won't show sleep turns. This Cavalier comes out. I do kill. Yeah, I kill with a hit if I land it. If I get a rest, then is what it is. Double Iron Bash. Okay, killing this Escavalier. It's setting up the scary proposition of Swords Dance Weavile here, and that's how I could lose the game. Coma O. Weavile. Level 50. Oh, low kick does nothing. Oh no, that's got the Coma O. Melmetal. +2 would knock me out. Oh, the Porygon's coming out. Yeah, the Necrozma isn't that helpful. So if he kills me with my Necrozma, that's fine. I guess I could play for differential, but I'm just playing to get this win, and then I can deal with differential later on. I imagine a Dark Pulse could be an option, predicting me to go into Dragapult, I suppose, and could also get flinches. Maybe, like, playing for me to choke, which is definitely fair, but he gets a pair anyway. Definitely unfortunate for him. Yeah, I just go for Autotomize. And then I Dark Pulse kill, or Photon Geyser kill this Porygon Z, and then Meteor Beam will kill one of the other 2 mons that comes in. He could definitely status here. Photon Geyser. Yeah, this was basically a sack. I would have killed the Porygon. If he did get a hit off. The Togekiss would have been slower. I would have gotten a Meteor Beam off of that. The Togekiss probably would have been forced to come out, and then I killed with Meteor Beam if he goes for Swords Dance, unless I miss. Or he knocks off if I go for Meteor Beam, which means he can't go for Swords Dance because he would knock off my item. So I wouldn't be hitting the first turn, but I would be hitting the second turn. So he's, like, regardless, he can't get a big hit off. All Photon Geyser here. It is Spadef, though. Nice hit. Goes for a Defog. Okay. Definitely have a chance to lose this game. Not really. I think if I get a, I just go for Dark Pulse to make sure I don't miss with Meteor Beam. I mean, I imagine this all but confirms that it's Focus Sash Weavile, and Focus Sash Weavile doesn't kill my Melmetal +2 unless he gets a crit. Because it's not banded. Banded low kick has a chance to 2-hit KO my Melmetal. But definitely not Life Orb if it's just Sash. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse. I mean, if I flinch, that's just is what it is there, but I don't want the 10% chance to miss Meteor Beam, and that it is a Focus Sash Weavile, and sets up a Swords Dance here, and then gets a crit on my Melmetal. Like, I'm just making sure I don't lose the game. If I lose a differential point here, it doesn't really matter. And I have the chance to flinch anyway. 15-ish% goes for knockoff. It's gonna kill. Doesn't reveal an item. Yeah, we'll get Como a kill here. If it's like Choppleberry. Just Como kill with Outrage. Oh, well, I kill with Chopple ain't helping this this Weavile. That's right, it's 4 times weak. So yeah, good game, Jayvee. It's unfortunate you're not going to be able to make playoffs. You have a really cool team. I like Mew, Weavile, Togekiss. That's like a really good top 3 there. But yeah, I mean, this definitely solidifies my playoff run, so, or my chance to make playoffs, because I will be in it, obviously, after this game. So definitely good with that. 7-2. Pretty satisfied with that. If I can get an 8th win, that would be great. And I'm facing off against the Stremmy, who's out of playoffs already. So maybe we'll bring some memes. Well, sure. I'm not really generally into that type. I want to make sure I have good games, and I do want to strive for a top 2 seed. Yeah, good game, and until next time, later, guys.